Hey everybody, Elise here. So, I really wanted to record some. I've been thinking about this a lot recently. I really wanted to record something in celebration of the new Forsaken tome in Dead by Daylight in Left 4 Dead 2. Yeah, I would have actually, recorded something in Dead by Daylight, but not only does it run, below 30 frames with, terrible graphics, I'm not sure what kind of videos I'd make, because right now I'm still kind of down and out for Let's Plays. I literally have a blanket over my laptop right now just to get this set up to work. And, that's kind of what Dead by Daylight's best for. It's best for, streams and Let's Plays and whatnot. And, plus I wanted to try, making another Left 4 Dead 2 video. So, here we are. We're doing a mutation called Armed Alone, which is an offshoot of the All Alone mutation. Which basically is, no specials, common infected only, is headshots only, similar to Plague of the Dead. It's kind of one of those things. And it's a solo mutation. And also in this mutation, there's only, Armed Alone, there's only one health kit, and you spawn with it. And where there's usually health kits, you get adrenaline. Also, with Armed Alone, you only get one primary weapon of your choice, but you can choose from, any of them. And, ammo stations, ammo isn't limited. You still come across ammo stations. At least in safe rooms, Zombies do pretty substantial damage. It's, 25 to hit, so it's pretty important that you don't get hit, because then they usually swarm you pretty easily and you're down for the count. Also, yes, I forgot to turn off my net graph again. Don't judge me. Anyways, first things first is we take a shot, use it, grab another. It's kind of the basic flow of this game. The mutation doesn't have to be rushed, but because there's so much adrenaline, all over the map, I found that rushing is a viable strategy. It's how I get through it most of the time. Despite this mutation, freely giving me, my favorite gun, I still rarely use it, honestly. There's no panic event, so I use my second adrenaline as the first one wears off, and we manage to rush to the safe room incident-free. I've gotten this far a good few times, but I always get stuck later on. The second chapter can sometimes start rough, but we have a pipe bomb from earlier to help us out. Funny enough, I think the panic event is actually the easiest part of chapter 2. Even after the Last Stand update, this one glitch, carries me through it. Okay, so that witch was garbage, but okay, listen. Notice how I restarted the whole campaign. That's because I left out a pretty important rule at the start. Permadeath, meaning that if I die, it kicks me out, straight to the main menu, meaning I get to start all over again. Oh yeah, tank spawn. Luckily they're weaker in this one, but I start zooming past this building, which, I do best. I didn't even see the tank. When I try to speed crown this witch, I should have tried to just rush past or taken my time, because, well, now I'm dead, and we're back to the start. At this point, my laptop is starting to heat up already, and I've dropped to 30 frames per second. And I have resorted to putting a bag of ice behind my laptop in a desperate attempt to cling on to what frames I had. But the next attempt did not go well either. There's a tank right off the bat in the second chapter. I go to give up, try to fight my way out instead, then I get my ass handed to me as a lesson for trying to actually defend myself. On the bright side, the next one is blessed thanks to the starting katana. You can't lose with the starting katana. There's a tank past the dumpster, but that's okay, because they're really easy to outrun at this point in the chapter. It's when they spawn at the beginning that, really does me in. Okay, so, I go to take my shot here, but in my haste to pull out my sword, I actually didn't take the shot. It's really just, in my inventory. I cut off the animation. Last second, too. It's actually kind of impressive. I just barely avoid this witch, and only then I realized that, oh, hey, I forgot my adrenaline. At that point, though, I didn't really feel as I needed it, so... And, I didn't. I got to the safe room, didn't even lose a bit of health. Easy, no problem. Real talk, Dead Air is one of my favorites for challenges, because I know all its little cheese spots. This spot right here may not be as OP as it used to be, and in, mutations that actually have, special infected, it's probably not that useful. But if I sit in a certain spot to stop the commons from being able to land on the ledge, then they just kind of fall down, and I'm able to pick them off, especially in Armed Alone, where hordes don't spawn. Panic events just aggravate all the zombies on that part of the map. So we pick them all off, and jump down, and go through the burnt barrier. Another tank spawns, and the last chapter, it's towards the end, and it's very easy to outrun. Real talk, this run has been extremely blessed. No damage, chapter 4. But will it be blessed enough to stand against the most cursed chapter in any campaign? Chapter 4 of Dead Air. It's probably not that hard, but especially when I'm doing Dead Air for a challenge, this is the one that it's always chapter 4 that gets me. It's the one chapter I don't have a cheese spot for. And the double panic events just kill me. So if I do lose, I will probably take a break for the night. So we open up the door and everything is going swimmingly. Even parts that usually hold me up. I breeze past them. Until... Okay. What the hell? Please, someone tell me. Is it just me? Am I going actually crazy? I could have sworn. I swore on me mom. My actual mother. That I shot her clean in the back. Like, every pellet hit. Like, there's no possible way I could have gotten closer or more precise. I was devastated. I thought that was the best crown I've done in my life, and it didn't even kill her, and now I'm dead, and I have to restart the whole campaign. So I decided that, okay, deep breath, I'm taking a break for the night. My frames were starting to dip, and I was starting to get frustrated, even though we didn't do that many, we haven't failed that many times yet, but just the fact that I had to start all the way from the beginning each time, it was grating on me a little bit. So I come back the next day, and my frames are irreparable. I know it looks like crap, but just please bear with me. Our first attempt is a little rocky, but not bad, considering it's my first attempt after a near 24-hour break. I somehow managed to slip past this tank using some expert dodging skills, I guess. But then he pops up later, because, I don't know, I guess it was just scary release day. That was really spooky, because he didn't show up for like 5 minutes. I thought I was done with him. But luckily, like I said, the tanks are weakened in this, so it's really easy to just kill him. Despite everything, I get to the 4th chapter first try. I'm so used to rushing past this campaign in this chapter because of not only this mutation, but also because of the lone gunman mutation. But it's muscle memory to try to speedrun it, if you will. But this mutation has a limited amount of zombies in it, so we're gonna take it a bit slower. We're gonna kill all zombies on the map. Things get a little dicey right here in this event. I think this might have been even pre-event too. I don't remember. But I can use my adrenaline now because I still have a pipe bomb, and if I save it for the next panic event, I should be good to go. I was definitely panicking at this point. I was freaking out, but luckily I managed... The adrenaline was pretty useful because it helped me heal faster. Through more expert dodging skills and keeping a somewhat level head, or just being incredibly lucky, one or the other, I managed to not die. So after the near-death experience, I make it a note to keep a cool head and I continue onwards. I was even lucky enough to find adrenaline at this spot, but never gives me adrenaline. Literally, when I did Lone Gunman, I was searching that spot every attempt, and I think I only got it once or twice. Luck is on my side, it seems, because there's a vial here that'll keep the zombies preoccupied for longer during this next panic event. And by keeping a level head, taking my time, and being extremely lucky, we make it to the safe room, and we begin the final chapter. That felt pretty good when I did that. And, the fact that no unlucky tanks or witches spawned probably was a factor in why I even made it past that chapter at all. But yeah, I felt really good. I was cheering after that. And of course, as with other, no horde mutations, the finale is really easy. I just pick off what zombies are there, lead tanks into fire, and wait for the plane to fuel up. And with that, on the first try, after a night of a break, we complete it. I notice this happens to me a lot in gaming, where I'll struggle with something for hours and hours and hours. And as I get more frustrated, it gets whatever I'm trying to do gets harder. I think of Mortal Kombat and fighting games in specific, but this probably rings true for anything that requires a little bit of skill. Is that I go for longer and longer and longer. I'll build up muscle memory. I'll get frustrated, and I start getting worse. And then I'll take a break, and I always come back the next day, beat it first try. But anyway, this challenge was sort of easy. But when I first tried it out, when I first downloaded the mod, I struggled. I also really wanted to get this video out faster, just because the whole shtick is that it's a celebration of the new Forsaken Tome in Dead by Daylight. We love Bill. So, I did a challenge that was a bit easier and then I could get out a bit faster. I mean, this is still going to be a little bit later because I procrastinated, but you know how it is. I definitely expected a few more tries from this. I thought it would be, harder, but it was still decently hard. It was still a decent challenge. I mean, I got frustrated enough to take a break, so that's how you know it's a good one. I have a few harder ones in mind, a few more, tough mutations in mind. I definitely have a bit of, harder, tougher challenges in mind that I could do. So if I keep this up, if I, make it a series or whatever, then I'll let me know. I'll probably, I'll do those next. Anyway, y'all know the drill. If you liked it, leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. And just leave a comment if you have, just anything on your mind. Oh, what did you eat for breakfast today? Or, I don't know. I don't know what normal people talk about. I don't know what people leave in comments. I'm really bad at that. So, yeah. Stay safe, folks. I love you. Love you so much. And good night.